Preparing an inclusive training strategy can seem overwhelming, especially when learners come with different strengths, challenges, and ways of thinking. But that is exactly where universal design for learning steps in. It's not about simplifying the content, but it is all about unlocking it. So this approach to teaching introduction to programming and problem solving gives every learner a way in, whether text, visuals, audio, hands-on activities, you name them. By designing for flexibility upfront, we reduce barriers before they appear and ensure no one is left behind. It is a bold shift from one size fits all to many ways to succeed, and the result, more engaging, deeper understanding, and a learning experience where every student is seen, supported, and challenged. Hi everyone, I'm Dennis and welcome to the Inclusive Strategy for a session in computer science coming up.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as we have said, we are going to look at the inclusive learning strategy that we have prepared with us here. Inclusive training strategy for computer science specialization based on inclusive universal design for learning UDL guidelines. So we are going to look at how the strategy will operate and how the strategy will incorporate UDL guideline. So let us begin. Okay friends, let us start off by the purpose. So the purpose of this session is to design and deliver a computer science training session that is inclusive, accessible, and engaging for all learners regardless of their ability, their backgrounds, or their learning style. And we are going to be using the principles of universal design for learning, that is UDL. So let us look at UDL framework overview. So UDL is a research-based framework developed by the CAST group that guides the design of learning environments to accommodate learner variability. It is built on three major principles that guides the UDL. So the first principle is multiple means of engagement, and remember, we shall look at them in detail later in the session. So multiple means of engagement stimulate interest and motivation for learning. Multiple means of representation present information in different ways. Then multiple means of action or expression. You have to allow learners to demonstrate knowledge in various ways. So every learner has their way on which they might prefer to demonstrate or to express what they know. So allow them to do in whichever way they prefer most. So next we are going to look at the training context. So training context is computer science specialization because I come from the computer and mathematics department. So the topic is we are going to look at introduction to programming and problem solving. So and the audience here is the mixed ability of learners, including neurodiversity students, students with disabilities, and multilingual learners. Duration, this course is going to take 2 hours. Then the tools we are going to use, Visual Studio Code, Scratch, Google Docs, and screen readers, and also captioning tools. So let us begin the inclusive learning strategy. Number one, we are going to look at planning for learner variability. So you need to conduct a pre-session survey to understand learner needs, preferences, and accessibility requirements. Ensure you understand each and every learner needs. You know what they prefer, and also you know how they will be accessing the requirements. So each learner, you should have the knowledge on how, or you should understand how they will be accessing, or they will be preferring to see what you gave out. Bullet number 2 under planning for learner variability, you have use flexible grouping. You have to put the peers in pairs, or also form small teams, or also give out solo work options. Then provide clear learning goals and success criteria in multiple formats, for example text, video and audio. Then number 2 under inclusive training strategy, so we want to look at multiple means of engagement. Begin with a real world problem, for example designing a simple application for accessibility. Then offer choice in projects, game design, data visualization or chatbot creation. So offer the choice, so let the learners decide how they want everything to look like. Then use gamified elements, for example badges and progress bars, and this will help to boost the motivation for the learners. So having done so, then you have to also include breaks and mindfulness, which will help to reduce the cognitive overload. You know, working without breaks can sometimes seem to be overwhelming to the learners. Then continuation of the inclusive training strategy, multiple means of representation, that's number 3. Present content using texts, for example handouts or even slides. Then audio narration, so narrate what you have to the learners, or give them an audio or a recorded audio of how you are narrating what they need to do. Visuals, so we have to use visuals, for example maps, diagrams, flow charts, to ensure that students understand better. Then use interactive simulations, for example scratch projects. Use captioned videos and screen reader compatibility materials. This will ensure that those that can't see, they can just hear what is being said on the screen and they will understand. Then clarify technical vocabulary using glossaries, icons or multilingual support. So the technical vocabulary, you ensure if you have used them, then you use glossaries to clarify those vocabulary or explain to the students what those vocabularies means. Then number 4, so number 4 is multiple means of action and expression. Allow learners to demonstrate understanding through the following. So coding exercises, so allow learners to, by giving them coding exercises, so that if they can easily do the coding exercises, then you will know, or you will have seen that learners can demonstrate those coding. Then allow learners also to design flow charts and create their own, so that you can see how deep they have understood your lesson. Then video explanations, so allow learners also to form videos if they can, to express what they had learned. Then also allow them to form collaborative presentations, so that they can collaborate with their peers. Then we are continuing. Provide scaffolded supports, so under that there are code templates, step-by-step guides, peer monitoring. Use also assistive technologies such as speech to text, then alternative input devices. So you can be reading something to students, or the video can be saying something, but some students don't understand quickly the language. So if you use the text under the speech that you are saying, it will make the students have a better understanding of the content you are delivering. Then number 5, assessment strategy. So use formative assessments, for example, quizzes, polls, and live coding challenges. These will help students to understand better the session. Then offer multiple formats for final projects, for example, code submission. So allow students to submit their codes in different formats. For example, others can use flash disks, others can even come with the old CDs, others can just send the projects or the code to the email or any other form, so that there is no one who is left behind. Then use visual storyboard. Then allow also students to present orally. Don't just say that they must send this to you. If someone needs to present orally and they see that that is a better way, then allow them to present using their own words orally, as you mark and see how deep they have understood what you give out. Then include self-assessment rubrics and peer feedback loops. We are going to number 6, post-session support. Share recordings and transcripts of the session. So after each and every session you are giving out, ensure you share what you had recorded about the session, and also you give out the transcripts of the session, so that students who did not understand well can go through the transcripts and also can also hear the recordings and see and also compare with what you taught, so that they understand deeply. Then provide follow-up resources. So follow-up resources, these are just resources that the students can see or can use, so as they can confirm that you have given them a good work. So number 1, you have tutorials. So use tutorials. Then also allow students to communicate on forums and post their responses and their understandings. And office also hours, you have to communicate office hours. Then you have to also encourage continued collaboration via online platforms, for example GitHub and Google Classroom. So we want to move on to the next thing, which is equity and accessibility considerations. Ensure physical and digital accessibility, e.g. wheelchair-friendly spaces, so that they can easily allow those who are using wheelchair to navigate around. Then alt text on images. Then we are continuing. Address language barriers with transition tools and multilingual materials. Then foster inclusive dialogue by setting norms for respectful communication and participation. So our final thing we are going to talk about on this session is why this strategy stands out. So this strategy that we have used stands out because of the following reasons. So it is built on UDL 3.0 guidelines, which addresses systematic barriers and learner agency. So it integrates computer science pedagogy with inclusive design principles. It also promotes equity, flexibility, and creativity in how learners engage and express themselves. It supports 21st century skills such as collaboration, problem solving, and digital literacy.
Having gone through all the content, the message is clear. Inclusion isn't just a checkbox, but it is a mindset. This strategy for introduction to programming and problem solving doesn't just cover the syllabus, but it reshapes how learning happens. By anticipating linear diversity and building flexibility from the start, we have laid out a framework that empowers everyone, not just the typical student profile. That is the heart of universal design for learning. So guys, if you found this helpful, kindly like the video and subscribe for more practical and engaging inclusive content designed with purpose. Finally, thank you for having watched the script and the video, and see me when you see me.